The death penalty for drug trafficking, how efficient do you think this is right now?
Well, you see why we cannot go into that, into that discussion in details, because that's still a process. It's not, that's still a legislative process. It's not yet a law yet. We are the end user, so we have to wait until we see the final product. What has happened is the House of Reps passed a version which stipulates life imprisonment, while the Senate passed a version which stipulates death penalty as punishment. But then the two chambers will still have to have a concurrence and pass it, and then before it gets to the president, before it becomes a law. That is the president signing it before it becomes a law. Yeah. So that it's then we can then start discussing what is what. But for now, we cannot discuss what is really not.
But what I'm saying, have we seen it played out in some other places now that we're trying to bring it in? Have we seen it play out in other countries and that's why we're bringing it in? That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's the Senate, not the agency. I'm speaking for the agency.
Okay, that was a smart move. Now, talking about it, Uruguay, Canada, about 27 jurisdictions under the United States have legalized cannabis, marijuana and all that, right? And the question I would ask is, looking at the generation now, do you think it's inevitable in Nigeria to legalize cannabis? One,
we also have to put it rightly that it's not, you have quite some states in the U.S. But not,
yeah, that's about almost 27 jurisdictions.
Not everybody, not every
not
state
everyone,
in the U.S.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is one. Two, when you look at the 2018 drug survey report, out of 14.3 million Nigerians that report showed abused illicit substances the previous year, 10.6 million of them actually abused cannabis. That's more than the population of some 2, 3, 4 African countries combined. That's more than the population of a number of European countries. And if that's put that aside, now if we agree again that no doubt about that, there is a strong nexus between criminalities and drugs. Now, if we agree, now why would you take the risk when we know that this is actually the most abused in our country? Why do we have to take the risk of now say, okay, everybody is free for you now? It's like we're trying to create a country of junkies. Now, most of the people that had come up with argument for this have always said, quite some countries are projecting to generate so billions of dollars from the sale of this, from the export of this. Now the question again to ask is, if you export this, you make $10 million, and at the end of the day, you have to build rehab facilities, you have to spend $100 million to build rehab facilities. You have to spend $1 billion to solve some of the security challenges fueled by this same substance. What is the logic in that? So we have to be very careful with that. That's why for us as the NDLA, we're not seeing that in the nearest future. And I think in the 9th Assembly, National Assembly, Nigerians spoke loudly by rejecting the bid to bring that bill to legalize it. I think it was thrown out, rejected by Nigerians through their representatives there in the House of Reps.